Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lid Shop. Unfortunately today we're not gonna start on the Golf 2 project because I've got something else to do and it's quite scary. And it's gonna be a first for me. I'm quite sure I can pull this off, but I don't think it has been done before. And that's customizing the camber arms or hubs. I actually don't know how you call this. It's from a Skyline R32 and it's from the R32 that you saw in the JDM Fun Weekend videos. He actually wants to have his car so low that it is almost touching the ground. And you cannot do that with the OEM arms. So you need to customize them, and that's what I'm gonna do, because if you lower the car, this part wants to go out of your strut tower, and well, that's not really possible. Some people that want their Skyline really low, they just cut out a piece in the engine bay for this part so that it can move up more, but he doesn't want to do that because, well, that's just janky. It doesn't look really good. It's just shit. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see if I can put this here. What I'm gonna do is move this part over there. It's gonna move like this much upwards. So when this is up, the wheel is going up and that makes the car go down. So that makes your car lower without needing to cut your strut towers for this part. I don't think I would do it to my car because I don't really like that much low. But he loves it and he hates bags, so he wants to go static and he wants, well, lip to fender. He wants the lips from his wheels on the fenders. So I don't know how he's gonna do that, because driving that low static is not really what you want, because you cannot get very far here in the Netherlands because we have speed bumps everywhere and it's just a nightmare. But he wants it, and who am I to say no? So we're gonna do it and I'm taking you guys along. I hope you enjoy this, and if you do, leave it in the comments, because I don't really know what people want to see. I just do my thing, I make the videos I want to make. But if you guys can let me know what you would want to see, I can maybe change some things to make everybody happy. So just let me know what you want to see down below. And then I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna do this, because I do have some ideas, but I don't really know what my plan is gonna be. So I'm just gonna think, create a headache again, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So it's about half an hour later and I've been doing some thinking, and I think I have the right idea to do this, but I'm still not 100% sure. So the plan about doing this is I'm gonna set the arm like this, and it's gonna be a little bit higher off the table, but it's fine for showing purposes only. Then I'm gonna make a little frame with this tube steel over here, and then this thread in here. So when it's level and the right height, I'm gonna weld this to that one, and maybe I'm gonna use some other parts to make it sturdy. But that's the idea, so the arm is always on the same place. Then I can measure on here. You cannot really see it very well, but I can measure the bottom of this on here, and then the exact measurement is 7 centimeters, and that's like 2.5 inch, I guess. 2.5, 2.25, I don't know. But it's something in that area. When I know the height, I can grind it off, and he doesn't need these little brackets anymore, so they could go off as well. But I'm gonna cut the lower part over here, just to take it off the main arm. Then I'm gonna move it the 7 centimeters higher, and I'm gonna weld it at exactly the same spot. So I may do a little bit of design changes, but that's the general idea, and I think it should work. It should. I think I got it. As you can see, the kingpin bearing is level on the table because of the magnet and the tube over there, and we got the main one over here that is also 90 degrees, and then we can weld that thing over there so that this is always the same height and the same place. If we put it in the middle and we put the arm over the thread, it's always in the same place. Then we can measure this, grind it off, put it up higher, and we need to take a little bit out of here because the arm is going this way. We need to have the same distance from here to there because otherwise the wheel is gonna fit totally different, and that's not what we want. So I'm gonna measure from here to here. Then we're gonna make it 7 centimeters higher, and we need to have the same measurement when we weld it back. So that's the idea. I'm gonna make the bracket now, and then the scary stuff is gonna start.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is...
And just like that, I made a jig. Now it should work because as I said before, I'm just gonna measure from there to there. I'm gonna put a block under here that's also square. That is 7 centimeters, so it's 7 centimeters higher. And I'm gonna use the same measurement from here and make it square, so it should be good. And then with the magical art of measurement, I can measure this one and I can do exactly the same on that one. So we don't have to make a jig for that one, we only need this jig. And I think it worked out quite good. So I'm gonna start grinding now, and then there's no return, so I have to finish it, I have to do it. I'm kind of confident I can do it, so it shouldn't be a problem, but it's still quite scary because yeah, it's not mine and it's from a Skyline R32, so it's not really common. Let's dive into it.
Got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it.
God dang it. I knocked the little magnetic tray that was on the lift underground while trying to take off this little thing. And I know it looks sketchy right now because I tried to cut the welds first, but that didn't work. So now I'm cutting the actual piece because it needs to go up and I need to make it smaller anyway. So it doesn't matter that I'm cutting into it, but it's a bitch to get off. A little bit of help from my pry bar and it's off. So now we got the piece disconnected from the arm. Now I can clean off all the welding bits on here so it's clean and flat steel. And then we can measure this one to make it fit, and then we can weld it on. And then we can do the same thing to the next one. Et voila, it's smooth, it's steel, no powder coat left, and I'm kind of impressed by my grinding because not once I grinded through the material. It's just a little scratch that I can fill with welding without losing any structural integrity. So that's good. And now I can put it on the jig again and I can see if the piece can move up 7 centimeters and if we can place it nicely on there, otherwise I'm screwed. Alright, so I got the piece off and I found a block that was 7 centimeters, so I put it under there. And then I sent some pictures to the owner because 7 centimeters is a lot. And I don't know, man. This is original. And then we put 7 centimeters under it. This is 7 centimeters. That's much higher, but it's his stuff and if he wants it, I'm gonna make it. So now I'm gonna trim the piece so it can go back, and then I'm gonna weld it on there on the right spot. I will see. I got the piece to fit correctly by grinding away excess stuff. So now it's sitting on the right height and the right distance from the bar. It's still in the middle. So I drew some lines where I need to coat it with zinc coating because we cannot really coat it afterwards. And I don't know if he is gonna powder coat them again, so I'm just gonna spray some zinc spray over there, and maybe when I'm done with both I'm gonna paint them black, but I don't know yet. You can see the zinc spray over there. It's all underneath, so it's not gonna rust in the future underneath this in the inside. And now it is on its place. The measurements are right. It's exactly the same distance from the bar as when it was under here, so that should be good. I'm gonna tack weld it and then I can compare it to the original, and if it's right I can make the other one the same as this one. Here goes nothing. Woo! It's hot. It's officially on. Well, it's tacked, but it's on. So now I can compare it to the other one and see if I did a good job or I fucked up. Alright, mission accomplished. The measurements checked out, so it's in the right place. And the gaps between are, well, quite small, so it's really on there. And that's a good thing because then I can just weld it all the way around and it's gonna be nice and sturdy. It's gonna hold the weight. The only problem is over here. As you can see, there is a big gap, and that's because under here it's way wider than over here. So my plan is grind it over here, fold it in, weld it, and it's good. And just like that, you got 7 centimeters extra low boy. Although I didn't really want to do this because it's kind of sketchy and, well, you're not meant to do this. But I must say, for 2 hours, 2.5 hours work, it's quite good. The welds look quite nice, and keep in mind it's still with a $200 cheap little welder. So yeah, I didn't need to cut that part, just hitting it with the Jeremy Clarkson hammer was enough. And yeah, just look at that weld. For a cheap welder, I think I did quite alright. So yeah, one arm is 7 centimeters shorter. Well, the arm is the same, but the wheel is gonna sit 7 centimeters higher, so the car is gonna sit 7 centimeters lower, and that's about frame rails on the ground. So I don't know why he wants it, but he's a good guy and I wanted to do this for him so he can go really low and we can shoot some cool videos in the summer with that car when it's done. Should be fun. But yeah, the other one is gonna be exactly the same, only the other side, so I'm not gonna show that. And I think the video is long enough, so I hope you enjoyed, and leave in the comments down below what you would like to see in on this channel, because I've a lot of shit to do and I can film everything. But if you guys want to see certain things like this really in-depth customization, if you like that, let me know, drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one. You may have spotted the Christmas tree on the ground in pieces in the background, and that's because my girlfriend and I just took it down yesterday. It's March.